game trucks are one of those things where it sounds like a great idea on paper, but they're always so chaotic in person. Like there's always way too many people crowded in there trying to get a spot and play their game, and if you're not one of the first people there, you are not going to be able to play the game you want to play. And for some reason, there's always so many different age groups and just random people you would never expect to see in there. Like on one end, there's that one little kid who's snacking on crayons, looking like he's skipping preschool to be there. And for some reason, he always refuses to let anyone else even get close to their game. You ask him, hey, you think I could get a turn for a couple of minutes? And without even looking up from whatever game he's playing, CoComelon Interactive or whatever, he goes, yeah, just give me 5 minutes. And that's when you know, little man is gonna keep you waiting till his mom tells him it's time for a diaper change. Then there's the other side of the spectrum. I'm talking about the 40-year-olds who always seem to be playing Madden. Like, I don't even know how these guys get themselves invited to every game truck. Like, bro, you're 40 years old playing games with kids. Get a hold of yourself. The thing with game trucks was that there were different types of game trucks, so the vibe was always different in them. For example, some game trucks had sections with only certain games you could play. Like, it would be Madden in one or two consoles, 2K in another few, and so on. In those game trucks, people were crowded around the fun, popular games, so you could forget about getting a turn on those. Then there were the games that no one had heard of, and those games had no line at all. To be fair though, those games were always terrible. Maybe they spent all their budget on buying the game truck spots, I don't know. Then there were the game trucks where the consoles allowed you to play any game you wanted. Those were the ones you could actually have a chance to play the game you wanted to play. I still remember the first time I was ever in a game truck, and it was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had to this day. I remember it was for my friend's birthday, and for the sake of this video, let's call my friend Mike. So Mike told me that his birthday party was going to be in a game truck. He also told me that his older sister was having a graduation party in a recital hall that same day, and that all the food and stuff was going to be in a recital hall, which was next to the parking lot with the game truck. This will all make sense later in the video, so just keep it in the back of your head. So I was all excited for the game truck because I'd never been in one before. And keep in mind, this was only when I was like 12 years old, so we didn't have phone numbers to give each other. So instead, he gave me the address for a McDonald's that was near the recital hall, and then he told me the directions to the recital hall from the McDonald's. Looking back on it, I don't know why he didn't just give me the address to the recital hall, but he must have had his reasons. Anyway, fast forward 2 weeks to the day of the party, and me and my mom pull up to the McDonald's. And by this time, my 3rd grade brain had completely forgotten the directions to the recital hall. So me and my mom decided to walk around and see if we could find the hall on our own. After a few minutes of walking around, we saw these guys having a barbecue on their front lawn. So we walk up to them, and my mom asks them if they know where the recital hall is. And I'm not gonna lie, these guys look scary as hell. Like they look like they were part of a bike gang or something. I felt like if I made one wrong move, I'd be joining their barbecue, but as a food. So we were just there waiting for an answer, and then one of them finally, after like 2 minutes of ignoring us, said, I don't know about any recital hall near here. Sorry. Like bro, you kept us waiting there for no reason at all. But I wasn't gonna say anything to him because I wasn't trying to have my head ripped off or something. So anyway, we keep asking people if they knew where it was until finally some guy tells us after we knocked on like 50 doors. So we got there and I could already tell that the game truck was packed. For one, they were blasting music at max volume, so I don't even know how you could hear anything in there. Anyway, my mom went in the recital hall and I went in the truck. At least I tried to, because the thing was, it was packed full of people. Like I could not even see a screen or anything. So I tried again, and this time I got through. The first thing I noticed was that there were at least 3 people standing for every person who was sitting. The next thing I noticed was my friend, who was standing around a chair watching someone else play. And so I go up to greet him, but before I could say anything, the kid who was in the seat gets up and leaves. And not even a second later, these 2 kids just jumped for the seat, like they were wrestling each other for that seat. And the kid who had left the seat didn't even turn to look back. It was like he knew what was about to go down. I swear he was avoiding the conflict like he was J. Cole. So me and my friend decided that we should probably stand in line for a different game. And this is one of the game trucks where the games are already set. So you couldn't choose what you wanted to play. So we decided to stand in line for Madden. But when we found it, there were so many people crowded around the game that you had to be in line just to see the screen. And that was pretty much the story for most of the game. So we decided to just go spend the rest of the party in the recital hall. So that whole quest I went on earlier, through the McDonald's, past the man-eating bike riders, finally getting directions from knocking on people's doors, all that just to not even play a single game in the game truck. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching if you stay till the end. I'm going to be dropping some more animations this summer, so just say subscribe for that, and thank you.